Let's talk lenses. What is up YouTube, it's Gord here from Gordo's Photos, hoping you have a fantastic day today. Today I want to talk about lenses, and more importantly about lenses, that first lens you want to buy after you've got used to your new digital SLR camera that you've got. So where I was probably 12 months ago is where you are now, I'm assuming. That's probably why you're watching this video. You've brought your camera, you know how to use it now, you know what ISO is, you know what aperture is, you know what shutter speed is, you know how those three things work together to make that perfect photo. But your stock lens, your 18 to 55mm or whatever stock lens came with the camera just isn't quite right anymore. You haven't quite got the range you want, it hasn't quite got the crispness that you want. It's just, you're just not getting the photos that you're wanting out of it. So it's time to get yourself a new lens. And you've probably got no idea where to start, so I'm here to help. Today I'm going to give you my top 3 lenses that I think you should get as a new photographer. And the reason why I personally got them. So coming in at number 1, and this is probably definitely the number 1 lens you want to get as a new photographer. Probably not so much videography, but definitely for a photography side of things. And that's your nifty 50 or a prime lens. Now this lens is fantastic. It's under 300 bucks. It's a prime lens. It has an aperture rating of 1.8. You can get 1.4s and 1.2s. This particular one's a 1.8. It's a beautiful lens. Every time I pull this lens out and put it on my camera, I fall in love with it again. It just has such crisp, clean, clear photos. No matter what sort of lighting there is, you just get that perfect shot every single time. Absolutely, absolutely love this lens. Downside of the lens, of course, every lens is going to have a downside. Downside of the lens is there's a fixed focal length. It's 50mm. And on my crop sensor Nikon, that's times 1.5, becomes an 85mm. Doesn't give you a lot of range to play with. Basically, you're just stuck with that one focal length. So if you can't quite get the shot in place, you've got to step back further or step in closer to get that shot right. You've got to move yourself instead of zooming in or zooming out with your lens. Minor thing. It's a fantastic lens. Has auto manual focus. It's just a beautiful lens. Do yourself a favor, get yourself a prime lens, either a 35mm or a 55mm lens. Sorry, 50mm lens, not 55. 50mm lens as your first lens after you've got your digital SLR camera. Fantastic lens. Under 300 bucks, you can't go wrong. Number 2. Now, this one's probably more of a personal choice one. I love taking photos of buildings. I love taking photos of architecture, bridges, structures, looking up into cityscapes and stuff like that. So wide-angle lens was something that I was looking for straight away. So I picked up the Nikon 10 to 20mm. Love this little lens. To be honest, I haven't used it for a while, and I think this weekend coming, I'm going to pull it out again and use it. It's a fantastic lens. It gives a really nice wide range at the 10mm and even at the 20mm. Use my words. Even at the 20mm range, it's still nice and wide. Really, really good lens. It is a DX range lens. Once again, it was under $500. You can't go wrong. Now for the negative, of course, as I said, all lenses have a negative. Really, really terrible in low lighting situations. Great in bright daylight, but really terrible in low light. It has so much noise in the photos, but that's okay. I use this one as a daylight camera, lens, and it's fantastic. Going to bring it out this weekend and use it again this weekend. It's been a while. Number 3 on my list. Now, this one has definitely become my everyday use lens. I use this lens, it's on my camera all the time. This is probably the first time it's been off my camera in I don't know how long, except when I'm using the 50mm. And that is my Nikon DXVR 18 to 140mm. Has an awesome range. It has a decent aperture rating down to 3.5, so yeah, it's not too bad. It's not as crisp as some of the more expensive lenses, but it's a nice lens. And you know, when you pull it out to the 140, you can zoom in nicely on things. So It gives that nice versatility of being a nice wide angle at the 18mm, but it also gives that nice zoomed in effect when you're at the 140. I really can't fault this lens, to be honest. It's great in daylight, it's great in low light, and once again, it was under 500 bucks. I can't fault this lens. It is a beautiful, beautiful lens, and that's why it's my daily lens that I use every single day. This lens is just fantastic. If I was to pick one lens out of these 3 lenses, and I could only have one other lens, it'd be the 18-140. It has such a perfect range, but the nifty 50, my 50mm, I do love this little thing. Now, little disclosure, all of these lenses are for my Nikon. I use a Nikon D5600, so it's a crop sensor lens. So I know every lens I'm talking here, for my focal lengths, I need to times it by 1.5. So 85, don't tell me to do maths, 15 to 30, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't know. I'll put the maths here, tell you exactly what it works out to be. But still, they give me a great range and a great lenses to use. So I guess that's really all I want to talk about today. These are my top 3 lenses. They're all under $500 to buy. When you're looking for that first lens, choose one of these lenses. I'd probably go the 50mm if you're a photographer. I'd probably go the 18-140 if you're more into your video. These 3 lenses will give you everything you need without blowing your budget. Now, I'd love to go out there and spend thousands of dollars on a lens, but I don't know. I don't think you personally have to. If you do want to buy any of these lenses, do me a favor. There's some affiliate links below. Click on one of them. I'll get paid a really, really tiny percentage of what you pay for it. You don't pay any extra for it, and it's a win-win for everyone. But otherwise, take this information, go to your local retail shop, ask them what they think, and buy the lens that's most suited towards yourself. As I said, 50mm is a fantastic lens. The 10 to 20mm is a fantastic lens. Not very good in low light situations, but the 18-140 is a great all-round lens. That's all for today, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this little video. I'm going to do a Tech Tuesday every week for the next couple of weeks, where I review a bit of my technology or my gear that I use, a bit my bag, my camera, my mics, my lenses, stuff like that. So if you've enjoyed this type of videos, give me a big hit that big like button below. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button so you'll know when I've got a new video out every day at the moment. That's all for today, guys. Talk to you soon. Peace out.